Okay, so it's time to hopefully install this air tank and compressor to run the airbags. I've already got the brackets all pre-drilled out of that same flat stock that I used for the fuel tank or the fuel cell, and I'm just going to basically try to bolt everything up, and then all I got to do after that is run the air lines to the cab, and I think we're ready to go here, so let's have at it. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get everything lined up on these crossbars here, and then I can get the brackets for the tank lined up. I'll probably have to bolt the tank down first, and then tighten down the brackets on the tank before I can actually install this on these crossbars, because on these brackets there's a Phillips head screw on each side that'll tighten it down, and I think, well, maybe let's give her a whirl here. Let's see. If I tighten the one side, keep the other side loose, maybe I can pull this off. And then before I tighten this all down, I'm going to want to make sure it's centered as far as where this thing's sitting. And then I'll be mounting the compressor right in front of this. Okay. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to want the drain right on the bottom. That ain't going nowhere. Better make sure this lines up a minute. I'm going to put washers on the bottom of these bolts here, and then the lock nuts, you know, to make sure they don't back off with the vibrations while you're driving. So once I get all these on and tighten down, I'll worry about the compressor, and then we should be good to go here, and I can start running all the lines up to the cab for the electrical and for the air. And that would pretty much finish the air system, and I would just have to hook it up to power. Tank's locked down, nice and tight. I'm kind of sitting here on the compressor though. If I went far enough this way, if I could just run this line here. You know, I always think the more connections you have, the more leaks you can have, right? Okay. Let me see if my, yeah, I think that might be the ticket. Let's see if this thing lines up. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Alright. If this works, we're going to go with it. And I'm trying to get this tightened down. And that would be it as far as installing this whole deal. Alright, there we go. So I think that'll work. And then, as far as this goes, I'm going to try to route it right around here. think I'm gonna have to throw these fittings on here and put the extendo line on there. So I think I'm gonna put some thread sealer on that. And then what I'll do is I'll throw this other fitting in the tank here, and then all I gotta do is put this line on from each, or to each fitting, and that'll be it. Oh boy, that's a pretty tough line. Woo doggy. So that should be able to just slip right on here. And it does. Oh yeah. Nice and tight. And then right on this here, I think I'm gonna trim that up and make it fit real nice. Not have any extras laying there. Got the wires here. So I'll run that with the other wires, like I said. Fuel pump, this, the pressure sensor. And then literally all I have to do is run lines from the two ends here. There's one on each end of the tank. And, sorry, I think there was a glare there. But these ends here, there's one on each side. I'll run those along the frame with the ones coming from the bags. That'll go right into the cab to the back of the little controller. And I think after that, all I gotta do is hook this to power, and we'll have an air system. Let's see, what I'm gonna do next is probably maybe some interior work. I did throw the seat into here. This is also out of the 73. Just to kind of see what I'm gonna have to do. And you can see I got some wood blocks up there. I'm gonna have to fabricate some mounts. I don't know if you can see back there, but I'm gonna have to do a little fabrication to try to get it to mount to the floor in this thing. Eventually I'm gonna have to recover this thing. It's pretty brittle. But once I fabricate those mounts, then I'm gonna take it back out, try to get the carpet in here, finish up any wiring and plumbing that I need to do. So I got the carpet ready to go. I'm gonna put some adhesive on there and see if I can't get that in there, and then maybe the seat too. And once I got that done, I might try to do the lines to the airbags. I got the little gauge cluster in here already, and that pretty much will button up most of the interior. I got some wires to do yet. The OBD2 plug-in for the motor, but I might do that later. So let's get going on the carpet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in here first, and then I'll just kind of peel back a little bit at a time and do some adhesive on a little section at a time. So, then sneak to the other side. All right. Try to tuck it under everything that's hanging here. Okay. And I've already got relief cuts for my seat brackets. So I'm just using this adhesive I got from Schmucks O'Schmiley's. And I'm just going to kind of spray a little bit at a time. And hopefully it goes on pretty well. I don't know if I should be doing the floor and the carpet, or if that would be overkill. Maybe I'll just give it a whirl. Ooh boy. I guess I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself either. Okay. Let's try to get this thing up here. Ooh, that's gonna work real nice. Alright. So far so good. I'll bring you in closer here once I get it all down. But it looks pretty nice actually. Alright. So this side's pretty much done. I'm going to quick do the other side, and then I'll bring you in a little closer here. We'll check it out. Okay, so let's see what this looks like, huh? All right, so look at that. Not too bad. I think it's got to flatten out a little bit, you know. Obviously, where the feet are gonna sit, it looks really good. It looks flat there. It's more the back under the seat here. I could probably, you know, put some weight on it, whatever. See if it flattens out a bit more, but I think it looks pretty darn good. Got it to kind of tuck in under the shifter there, and then that will get a kind of a cover over it, so that'll cover up that seam somewhat. And yeah, I think maybe what I'm gonna quick do is try to get the hoses on those gauges there. I'll try to set you guys up in the cab so you can see that, and then maybe we'll throw the seat in once that's done. There we go. Okay. So I have these marked. Front passenger bag, passenger tank, and rear bag, rear passenger bag. And I got the opposite over there about the gas pedal. So I think I want to run, and the tanks are obvious. I just go to only 2 spots for those, and the other 4 go into the back of the gauges, and they tie into each of these switches here. So because of that, I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do both rears here and both fronts there, or both driver's side there and both passenger side here, because this gauge will read off of the 2 bags that I run off of there. This one will read off of these 2 bags. And I think I would rather have a front and a rear gauge, so I might do that. It looks like I'm gonna have to cut a little bit off of these lines here. Okay, I'm back. Ooh. All right, so let's see if we can get this tightened down. That will really button up kind of the last thing for the airbag system. Got all the wiring already done, relays and all that. And so really once I get the motor going, I'll hook up a battery to it. It'll, yeah, that feels good. It should be all operational. I think that's pretty darn good right there. And that actually looks pretty nice too. Let's take you guys around back here and show you what the heck I was doing. So you can see you got this line here, you got two lines over here, and there's two that go, one that goes to the back of the switches and it ties into both. That's the tank line, and then the two lines that go to the back of the gauge are one for each of the bags, and that's on both sides. See that? So that's why I decided to do, I got two switches on each side, and so I decided to do two fronts, two rears, so you know, that way I'm running equal pressure on both sides for the front and equal pressure on both sides for the rear, since it runs off of that one gauge. So yeah, I think that'll do for that. Now, I think maybe we should try to throw the seat in here real quick. That'd be kind of fun, right? I will tell you, I am going to be recovering the seat. I might have told you that already, but you know, it's a little rough. It's a little cracked. It's got, you know, splits in the seams here, but yeah, I really like these kind of seats, you know. It's kind of a shame. So, let's, ooh. Uh-oh, don't be doing that. Okay. Just gotta manhandle these things, you know? Alright, I think I'm gonna go to the other side. Okay. If I don't lose a few pounds tonight, I'm doing something wrong. Let's see, so I got my bolts here. I'm going to use washers and lock nuts, since I really want this to stay in place. So I'm just going to get it kind of bolted down here so I can get the rest lined up. Man. All right. See, oh, beautiful. You see that? Yeah. Let me see if I can get this side back a little more. There it is. Nice. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Ooh. I can't even fit in this thing. What the heck? So, we're just about there. Just got this one here to go. Then I'm going to shove her back and show you guys what she looks like up here. Obviously I got to tighten the bolts down yet, but I'd like to just get her started right now. And then we can take a peek ski. So that looks pretty good, I think. Man, not bad with the carpet and the seat. I like it. So, well, I think that'll do it for today. Interior pretty much buttoned up. I'm gonna have to kind of regroup here and see what the heck else I gotta do yet on this thing. I think we're getting real close to hopefully starting this thing up soon. So yeah, follow along and we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.